If you want to improve your life, the habits that you have really do matter. The good habits and the bad habits. But today we're going to get into some really simple good habits. Good habits that you can do every single day. So in this video, I want to share 10 simple habits that you can do that have really improved my life. Okay, number one on the list, use a wake-up light. Now, I just got one of the smart bulbs, the LED ones. You know, you can get them in Bluetooth or Wi-Fi enabled, and they come in all of these different colors that you can program into them. I have a lamp in my bedroom, pretty close to my bed. I have the light scheduled to turn on Monday through Friday at 4:50 a.m. each morning. My alarm is set to go off at 5, so I've got that 10-minute time where the light comes on. And the color I chose is kind of like a bluish pink type of color, and it works great for me. And it just helps make that transition from sound asleep to, hitting the ground running. So I think that's a really easy thing. You can set it up once and done and have it, go off every morning for you. Okay, number 2 habit that you can set up for yourself is on the hour exercise reminders. Okay, so when I got a puppy about a year ago and I started this YouTube channel a few months back, exercise got squeezed out. And that really bothered me because I like to exercise, or I like at least knowing that I have exercised in the day. I don't know if I particularly like doing it, but I like knowing that I've gotten it done. And I think it's important at any age, but especially in your 50s. I mean, what better age to stay as active as you can? So I've got this reminder app on my phone, and every hour during my work day, from between the hours of 8 and 4, I have set up specific exercises to remind me on the hour. Like, for example, at 8 a.m., it goes off and it tells me I need to do 20 squats. At 9 a.m., it tells me I need to do a 1-minute plank. At 10 a.m., I need to do 10 leg raises per leg, and so on throughout the day. They're all office-friendly exercises, but you could put yoga poses in there. You could put stretches, whatever you want your focus to be. And once they're set up, it's a good way to get up off the chair and get your blood circulating. And I've found that it's a lot easier to do it this way than to block off a 30-minute of uninterrupted time. Okay, number 3 on the list is put your keys in the same place every time when you come home. There is only one good place for me to put my keys, and that's on a hook in my entryway. I don't lay them on the table. I don't take them upstairs with me. They automatically go on that hook. It's almost as if when I come in the door, I am a robot programmed to put those keys on that hook. So I recommend wherever it is in your entryway, find a place and get it ingrained into you, patterned in. This is one thing that you can do that will make your morning and your day go a lot smoother. Okay, number 4 on the list is keep ready-to-eat vegetables available at all times. Now, we know how nutrient-dense vegetables are. I just try to make sure. Now, firstly, I always have raw vegetables on hand, whether it's carrots or cherry tomatoes or bell peppers. But having raw vegetables on hand are always good. Now, another thing I like to keep on hand is those little cans of V8, the vegetable juice. If you get the low sodium variety, it's high in potassium. So I like to have those on hand for, it's just an extra serving. And some other ideas would be to maybe have some fermented vegetables on hand, like, fermented sauerkraut or kimchi. You can always add a couple of spoonfuls to your dinner or to your, snack. Olives are easy to grab and go. as well as, sprouting. Sprouting, once you get started with it, you get you some sprouting seeds in some jars. It's really, really simple. You just put some seeds in a jar, you rinse them twice a day for like 4 days, and instantly you have a jar full of sprouts. But I think if you do this, then you won't have any excuses not to have at least one serving of vegetables at every meal. Okay, number 5. Now, this requires you to have a RoboVac. Go take the extra step and program it to run every day. I promise you, it's worth the trouble to set it up for the first time to do this. Mine is scheduled to run at 5 a.m., and that's before anybody is up downstairs, and that way it doesn't get in anyone's way. But the reason I say program it every day is because the robot vacuums, they do best when they're maintaining. They're not as good when you want them to really clean up a big mess, or to clean up a floor that's got a lot of debris on it. But if they're in maintenance mode every day, where they're kind of scanning and going through, they'll eventually capture just about everything, if you have them programmed daily like that. And I think that's where they really shine. And once I programmed mine, I hardly ever have to worry about my floors having crumbs, and I have to empty the bin every day, and I see everything that comes out of that dustbin, so I know it's doing a good job. So just take the time to program it and forget it. Number 6, start every meal with protein. Now, here's a really good habit to form when it comes to eating your meals. As we age, our bodies don't process carbs and sugar as efficiently as they did when we were younger. If you eat protein first, your blood sugar won't spike nearly as high. You can improve your blood work numbers just by adding this one habit to your daily meals, just eating protein first. Now, I always keep some easy proteins on hand all the time. I make sure that I have a good stock of these, and that would be cheese. I keep beef jerky on hand. I also have, assorted nuts. I have at least one flavor of some type of nut butter. Eggs are also a staple that I keep on hand. So things like that make great proteins to eat first, and then the rest comes later. Okay, number 7, put a pinch of baking soda in your coffee every day. If you drink coffee or even tea, put a pinch of baking soda in there. Now, why do I say that? Coffee is a pretty acidic drink, and most of us drink it on an empty stomach. Now, not everyone has problems with the acidity in coffee, but as I got older, I had some issues with acid reflux and just some digestive things, and I had to make some changes. And this is something that I started doing several years ago, and it's just taking that pinch every morning, putting it in my coffee cup. It's easy to do, it's just routine for me, and it'll drop the acidity in that coffee. And I noticed a difference in the problems that I was having just by doing this. And you really can't taste any difference. The only difference is it maybe makes the coffee taste just a little smoother, which I think is a good thing, but it doesn't alter the taste at all, especially when you're just putting a pinch in there. So try that. Number 8, get in the habit of running your dishwasher every night before bed. Now, as long as I can keep the dishwasher running every night, everything in the kitchen runs a lot more smoothly. Even if it's just half full, I still run it, because if I don't, then it just kind of traffic jams the whole system. And, then I'm squeezing a bunch of stuff in the next day, or I'm trying to pull things out of it dirty and hand wash them. It's just a lot more trouble. When I get up in the morning, most of the things that I get out of it clean, I need to use immediately again for breakfast. the next morning. So I don't even really half of it have to put back up into the cabinets. Just get in the habit every day and you can streamline your kitchen that way. Okay, number 9, keep a running to-do list. Okay, instead of just making a to-do list whenever you feel like you need one, try keeping a running to-do list. What I do is I have a note in my iPhone and it just has a running list of tasks. And, at some point I'll go through and clean off and take the old things off, but it works better for me. I don't put any pressure on myself to complete anything at a specific time unless it requires that I complete it at a specific time. But as I think of things that need to get done, I just add it to the list. It just works out great for me. On Saturday morning, I'll pick 3 or 4 of them that I know I can get done that day and cross them off the list. And if I don't get to the rest of it, that's fine. Okay, the final one on the list, number 10. Use a water pick daily. Okay, I used to not believe that water picks were necessary. I didn't really believe the hype. But if you have dental work, such as implants or bridges, crowns, like I do, then a water pick, I would say, is probably very necessary. Yes, you can use floss, but I will tell you that I've used floss, then I've used the water pick after that, and the water pick has still found debris that the floss missed. If I didn't think it worked, I wouldn't use it because I don't need to add anything else to my daily routine. But I do know that they work. My dentist, the last several years, has given me a good report on my gums. I did struggle with gum health quite a bit several years ago, and that's why I bought the water pick. And along with the brushing and the flossing, it is a lot, but I have made a lot of improvements, and I'm not going to give the water pick up anytime soon because I know it helps me. Okay, so I need good habits in my daily life, and I'm going to bet that you need them as well. Let's always try to add good habits in so that the bad ones and the unfruitful ones don't take over. If you like this video, I have another great video for you to watch next. 12 simple ways to relax and calm your nervous system. Have a great week, and I will see you again soon. Bye.